Hello everyone, here we are in Module 2 for the Craigslist Power Ranker system. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in, everyone. We're going to talk about proxies today and why some work and others don't. This is based on my own use and research. I have had ads flagged and ghosted before. I'm not immune to it like anybody else, but I've been able to kind of minimize the flagging and ghosting by learning what exactly is it that Craigslist is looking for, just doing research, looking, asking questions, talking to the people that are doing it, and finally trying to figure it all out. So eventually I kind of figured out, okay, there's certain kind of proxies that we should be using, and there's certain kind of proxies that we should not use. Okay, those are the two steps on in this module, and then how to set up each proxy on each window account. Okay, the very first thing, I've already done this module one time and I messed up because I forgot to mention this step right here, which is the most important out of all of it. Unless you have your window set up correctly with the right proxy, then none of this will make no sense and it won't work. So let's cover that first so I don't forget. Okay, so when you're setting up your proxy on your user account, whatever user account you're in, every single time, this is what you want to do. You're going to open up the start menu. Inside the start menu, you're going to type Internet Options. Okay? When you get to Internet Options, it's right here, the very first one that comes up, Internet Options. I'm not sure if this is going to work on Mac or not, but if it doesn't, you need to get to where your Internet Options is on Mac, and you need to change the proxy. And this is how I do it on Windows. I'm going to click and drag onto my desktop the Internet Options window. Okay, because I'm going to need this. Now there's two of them because I got another one already somewhere in here to change my Internet Options. Here it is. Here it is right here. Okay, I've already done this once. So I could actually delete this one because I don't need it. I just wanted to show you how to open it up. Let's get rid of that. I don't need it. And then what you do to change your proxy, your IP address, is you open that window up, click Connections, click LAN Settings. Right now I've got it to automatically detect my settings, but in order to change it to your new proxy, you're going to have to click Proxy Server right here. Use a proxy server for your LAN. These settings will not apply to dial-up or virtual private network connections. And then you change it right here. You put the address and you put the port. Okay, when you're changing from automatic, oh yeah, you got to unclick automatic and click that one. And that will automatically log you in to this address. Okay, and in this step, this is the most critical for this module, is to make sure that this is changed the very first thing for this window, and always use this proxy or IP address and port is specifically for this Windows environment. Okay, right now I've got it to automatically detect because that's the way I got this one set up. And then just click OK, and then click OK, and you're done. You won't have to mess with it anymore. Let me put you back over here where you were. And then let's go ahead and launch this over here. Well, let's go back to where we were here. Now that we covered this one and I didn't miss it this time, and now your proxy is prepared for that window. Proxy preparation and tying it to each of your Windows user account. I just showed you how to tie it to your Windows user account. And then we got to use the right proxy. The right proxy will determine whether you power rank long term or wither away into ghost land. And you have to remember this word right here because a lot of ads are getting ghosted and getting deleted by Craigslist, and it's because we're not following the terms of use or the terms of service. This module will talk about proxies. Some proxies seem to work just fine, while others seem to get flagged and or ghosted by Craigslist. This module will outline what I believe to be the best strategy that will help you avoid a lot of those flagged and or ghosted pitfalls, so you will have success with all your campaigns. Craigslist is actively looking for patterns, and if it suspects a violation of the terms of use, then they will ghost your ads or flagged for deletion. So I will cover what I'm doing to sidestep the flagged and or ghosted pitfalls, and I will also cover setting up each of your proxies on each of your Windows user accounts. I've already done this. I just showed you. It's really super simple, nothing hard at all. Of course, it took me quite a long time to finally figure all this out, how to do it. But once I finally got it figured out, now everything's super simple. I'm kind of one of those simple-minded guys. I like keeping things super simple. Okay? Here's the things that are important, and you must remember this stuff. Okay? Always double-check everything when you're setting everything up. Because I've experienced not double-checking and running something and it didn't work because I didn't double-check. I just took it for granted it was right, and then it wasn't working right, and things got messed up. So it's because I didn't double-check. So you must double-check. Increase the number of proxy server companies you use, because it produces a footprint if you don't. It's a smaller footprint the more proxy companies, server companies that you use. You want to shrink your footprint, not increase it, so you use more servers, more proxy companies, because Craigslist knows, you know, certain proxies come from a certain server, and if there's too many people on one server, they're going to get hip to that, and they're going to say, oh, okay, well, this is a proxy server company, we're not going to use this proxy server company anymore, we're going to delete the accounts that are affiliated with this proxy server, and it's because too many people join one specific proxy server company. They buy all their proxies through that, and bam, Craigslist sees it, and bam, you lose your accounts. We're in to win it and not lose it. We're in it to win it, guys. So the whole reason why we're discussing all this right here is so that you could win and not lose. And this is very important that you follow through with what I'm saying. Use only Craigslist proxies for posting on Craigslist. Non-Craigslist proxies have been known to get ghosted and deleted. Well, like I just said, often, okay? Limit the number of proxies per server you buy to no more than 10 per server. Right now, I showed you in Module 1, I'm using 8 on one server. Use up to 10, no more. Then switch servers. Always check yahoo.com and ipmyproxy.com. There's others you can check to verify the location of your proxy. If you're buying one, for instance, I live in Portland. If you're buying one for Portland, then when you go to Yahoo, you need to make sure it says Portland. Okay? And make sure that your proxy is live by verifying with this that the proxy you just set up is actually live and it's actually working, and it's saying this is your IP address, the one you set up with this right here that I just showed you. Okay? And you're going to verify. You're going to verify that this number right here that you put inside this box matches what it says in here. Okay? Then remember, the smaller the footprint, the easier to avoid ghosting and flagging. Once again, double check everything. This is the most important part on this step, is the double check. Make sure everything is working properly. Now let's jump over to, okay. Let's jump over to this. Open up Craigslist proxies. I did a search for Craigslist proxies. There's 177,000 competing companies that are trying to sell you their Craigslist proxies. Okay, guys? There's boatloads of them for you to choose from. Do not choose one proxy and just provider and just stick with that one. Like I said, use no more than 10 per proxy provider, and just make sure that it is actually a Craigslist proxy. Okay? It says, like on this one, it says Proxy and VPN is the leading providers of Craigslist proxies. This one says our elite proxies work best with Craigslist. Some people will even use less than what I'm using. Like some people will use 5 from this guy, 5 from this guy, 5 from this, and you know, or some may just use 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So the whole point of the matter is this, guys. If I've got, let's just say, 1,000 people that sign up to this program that I'm selling, Craigslist Power Ranker, and I tell everybody this is the proxy that I'm using, just say I tell everybody I'm using this, then everybody goes to this website and they sign up to get proxies. Everybody, all 1,000 people. Guess what's going to happen? Craigslist is going to see the footprint. They're going to see everybody is on this server, and guess what? Once they see everybody's on this server and all the proxies are coming from one proxy server, bam, ghosted, bam, deleted, because everybody's trying to game Craigslist, and they see that, and they ghost your ads, and that's why they're doing it. So that's why I'm advising you guys to break it up. Don't stick with just one. Get as many as you can. I'm using 8 on one window, on one machine, I should say. You know, and if you get another machine, do the same thing and get a completely different proxy provider for that other machine and set it up completely different than your first one. And then to do some research on ghosting. I typed in ghosting on Craigslist and I did a little bit of research, okay? And this is advisable that you do the same thing. There's a bunch of other ones down here that you can pick. And just do your due diligence, guys. Make sure you understand what ghosting is, why you're being ghosted. And it's exactly like I said. It's because too many people are using the same server for all their IP address. So break it up some. And how to use Yahoo. Here's Yahoo right here. Open up yahoo.com and you'll notice right here, okay, there's always going to be the city location where you're at. My proxy currently is in Mount Laurel. So when you set up your proxy on your Windows server, make sure you go to Yahoo and find out exactly what Yahoo is saying where you're located. Buy a proxy from your proxy server provider, and they say it's a Portland proxy, for instance. And then you log in here, and it's telling you it's in Mount Laurel. You're like, uh-oh, we got a problem. If I'm posting on Craigslist in Portland, but my server says I'm in Mount Laurel, Craigslist is probably might have a problem accepting that ad because you're in a completely different location than what you're supposed to be in. You're supposed to be in Portland, posting in Portland, not Mount Laurel. And then the last thing is, what is my IP, which I mentioned right here. You just want to verify that the IP that you plugged into your internet options is identical to this number right here. And that's all you got to do there. That's all there is for this section to verify everything. This is super simple, easy to do, but so many people will screw it up because they're too lazy to do the research and they're too lazy to open up more than one account or whatever the issue, and it's causing a lot of people to get ghosted because they're just following what everybody says. So keep it secret, guys. Don't tell even though they might be your friends and they ask you, you know, what proxy provider are you using, what's working for you, you know, I kind of want to be guarded, because if too many people hear you saying, oh, this works really good, this is the bomb, you should go over here, man, they got the best proxies in the world, and you start boasting about it, and people start believing what you're saying, people start signing up to that same proxy provider, and here we go. We're creating a footprint. Craigslist finds out, you lose your ads, your accounts, you have to start all over. Yeah, it's okay to be friends, but you know what? Your friend could kill you too, you know? Be careful what you're doing. You know, use your brain, use your head, your God-given talent to be cautious, you know? Everybody doesn't need to be on the same account that you're on. That's just the way it is. And if they are, then Craigslist is going to find out. Okay, guys? That's it for this module. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some decent instruction and you start implementing this and make it work for you.